Hello, how are you doing? How do you feel today? I'm trying to make it a habit to always check up on you. How are you doing? Let me know in the comment section. I am doing good. As you can see, I feel great. I feel refreshed because I recently completed a task that's been giving me sleepless nights. Oh my god. I feel so good. I feel like I won a battle. It's so nice when you have a deadline or you're able to meet up with your deadline. Feels great. Like we said in one of our previous episodes, we should prioritize our wellness. We should have me times. So I'll just be going out and, on a solo outing. And this would be my second time going on a solo outing. And I'll just document my experience and share with you on Instagram. So yeah, kindly find the link to my Instagram account in the description box. The long month of January is finally coming to an end. But you know what? For the first time, I actually did not see January as a very long month. Maybe because I had so many things to do and I just needed the time. It was just long enough. This will be the last episode for the month of January. And so far, we've been discussing and talking about lifestyle changes we can make, to have a productive year. We started from setting goals, we moved to wellness, we spoke about vulnerability, and today we'll be talking about seeking help. I kind of feel like for some people, the new me, new year energy is already wearing off. We're already 4 weeks into the year, and especially if things are not yet falling into perspective, you might tend to feel like, oh, okay, let's just go back to our status quo. If you're one of those currently feeling overwhelmed and you just feel like giving up on your goals because January has passed and you're yet to achieve what you thought you would achieve, I just want you to know that feeling overwhelmed is normal. You can just take a break if you need to. It's fine. You can take a break. You can review your processes. You can re-strategize if you have to. It's totally fine. However, I would like to encourage you. I'd like to tell you, we have 11 months to go. We have the whole year in front of us. We have so much more we can achieve. And, we're one opportunity away from the kind of life we want to live. So, yeah, I'm just here to encourage you not to give up. Don't give up. We're in this together. And I hope we're able to hold our hands as we just take the little baby steps diligently towards achieving our goal. Ego B. Everything is going to add up at the end of the day. Stay strong. No, today we'll be talking about asking for help. Sorry, because I got to realize that seeking help is actually kind of very different from asking for help, which is more like a continuation of last week's episode where we discussed vulnerability. Asking for help is actually an act of vulnerability. So now let's get into the details of today's conversation. Let's dive into the conversation of the day. Right before we dive in, let's hear what these amazing people think of the adulthood phase.
Adulthood is responsibility.
Adulthood is complicated.
Adulthood is growth.
Adulthood is maturity.
Adulthood is being independent.
Adulthood is stressful.
Adulthood has been confronting.
Adulthood is draining.
Adulthood is decision making.
Adulthood is resilient.
Adulthood is overwhelming.
Adulthood is fun and adventurous.
Remember, I'm not here to demonize this phase, but to say it as it is. There's this Yoruba adage my mom would frequently say. It goes like this: Abere ono kinshino. This simply means that he who asks for a direction will never miss the road. This adage is actually very, very true, both literally and figuratively. Literally in the sense that if you actually ever have to go to a place where you're not familiar with, if you're able to ask the people who reside in the area for direction, trust me, you'll be able to find your way easily. For instance, I find it very difficult to ask for direction when going to a new place. I don't like asking people for direction because I don't want them to know that I am not familiar with the area. I don't want them to know that I am like a newbie in the area. So I would rather just try to figure things out myself. I would rather go round and round and round. But the funny thing, at the end of the day, I might still have to ask for direction. And when you ask for direction, then you realize that what you've been looking for, what you've been going around for was just right in front of you. Literally, when you're going to a new space, when you're going to a new neighborhood and you ask for direction, it's easier for you to find your way. In fact, you would never get lost because you'll be communicating with the locals, with the people that are familiar with the environment, people that are familiar with the neighborhood. Figuratively too, when you ask questions, you get answers. When you ask for help from for people that have done something before you, it makes the process easier for you because you don't have to go through the stress they've gone through. So there was this day I landed this translation gig. I had not translated that particular document before. I spent the whole night trying to understand how to do it. I was trying to understand how to do it, what I was supposed to do, and I was very reluctant. I did not want to ask anybody for help, so I kept on searching. I couldn't sleep that night. And you know what happened the next morning? After exhausting all the alternatives I had to put a call through to someone I knew was more experienced in the field. And guess what? Within 30 minutes, I already had a solution. I already had someone put me through on what I needed to do. It's as simple as that. Really, asking for help really helps us simplify things. It helps us save time, energy. It saves us from emotional exhaustion because you have someone who has done it before you helping you out. You have someone who has more resources coming through for you, and you don't have to do things all alone. But where the problem lies? Most of us are aware of the advantages of asking for help, but you know what? We would rather go for the difficult option and still not want to ask for help. This made me wonder a bit, why do we actually find it so difficult to ask for help? Why exactly do we have a problem with asking for help? Why is it so difficult for us to say, help me please, put me through on this? Why is it so difficult? And while I was thinking about this, I came up with some reasons why I feel we reluctantly ask for help, or why we don't even like asking for help. When I think we mostly see asking for help as a threat to our independence. Adulthood is often associated with independence. Most of us looked forward to being adults because we wanted to be independent. We wanted to have that feeling of having total control over our lives. However, I think there's a little misinterpretation because being independent just means you're free from external control. You have full control over yourself. It doesn't really mean you're supposed to be all-knowing. Look at independent states around. They always seek for foreign aid. They always seek for foreign help. Yeah, so really, I feel like that's why we're social beings. We're supposed to relate with one another. We're supposed to help one another. We're not supposed to live in isolation. You can be independent and also have network and connections with other independent adults, and everybody will just work together independently to make things work out for each other. Oh boy, I don't know if I'm making sense right now. But really, asking for help doesn't make us less independent or reduce the control we have over our lives. Another reason I was able to identify is I think most of us are scared to ask for help because we do not want to hear a no for an answer. Personally, I am always scared of being turned down. There was this time I needed help with getting in for a master's program, and I reached out to someone who I felt in the right position to put me through, and I asked him for advice, I need some advice on how I can go about getting in for a master's program. I know what this person told me. He told me to go and Google it. I felt like someone was literally piercing my heart because I knew there was Google. I just needed someone who has done it before me to put me through. And I feel like the response the person gave to me was really uncalled for and so unnecessary. But I won't lie, kind of broke a part of me. For a very long time, I was really reluctant to ask people for help. But that this is actually not a very healthy approach to life. Rejection is part of the process. Rejection is part of life. So I think we should embrace rejection more. And I think I'm going to do an episode on rejection. Let's talk about rejection. Coming back to this episode. Instead of us allowing or letting rejection to limit us, limit our chances, limit our opportunities, we should actually use it to build our resilience. Come to think about it, what's the worst thing that can happen after you ask somebody for help, for direction, for guidance? The worst thing that can happen is the person will actually tell you no. Seriously, that's the worst answer we can get, a no. So why are we so scared of a no? Why are we so scared of Another point is we hesitate to ask for help because we feel we do not deserve it, and we feel we would never be able to repay the person. I know that this self-judgment is very, very draining because you tend to just judge yourself before even asking for help. You're like, okay, when will I be able to help this person back? When will I be able to pour back into this person? When you condemn yourself before asking for help, it means you condemn people that come to you for help. So really, if you don't see helping people as a big deal, maybe you should actually pipe down with the self-judgments and just, ask people when you need help. Personally, I find joy in helping others, and the satisfaction or the payback I get is seeing the joy on the faces of the people I'm able to help. I researched this on Google, and I saw that a lot of people feel fulfilled and happy when they're able to help another person. Maybe we should stop rejecting, and we should just seek and ask for help when we do need help. I feel we need to throw pride away and try to humble ourselves to ask for help when we need help. We can't do life alone. We're here to help each other grow, succeed. Why is it important for us to ask for help? It's important because, as the saying goes, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. So we have to open our mouth and talk. We have to open our mouth and talk and ask for help. Even in the Bible, it is written, you knock and it shall be opened unto you, seek and you shall find. So now we have to ask so that we can receive. Oh God, glory. For the rest of the year, I think we should pipe down on being seen as strong. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay not to know it all. It's okay not to have it all. We don't have to pretend like we have it all together. Nobody has it all figured out. We all need support. It could be emotional, financial, spiritual, career. We all need support in some kind of way. Like, you might feel someone is self-sufficient in a particular area, but in another area they might be lacking. They might need that support from somebody else. So let's normalize asking for help. Asking for help doesn't imply that we're helpless or we're needy. Asking for help doesn't mean we're entitled. Although I feel by the natural law of things, the people in your life owe you their support, and you also owe them your support. So yeah, we're supposed to support each other, because what are we doing if we call ourselves friends, if we call ourselves family? In as much as we know that the people in our life are supposed to come through for us, we should acknowledge that they might not always have the resources needed to be there for us at every given time. Extend grace to people. Let's try to normalize asking for help. It would help us save time. It will hasten our steps. It will hasten our processes. It will hasten our growth. It will hasten our steps. Finally, in a world of connection and networking, information is key and information is power. When we ask for help, we would end up doing what we're supposed to do alone in 10 days, in 2 days, because now we're informed and we're doing it with the right information. Let's ask for help. And because there's always someone that knows somebody that knows somebody. And like that, we're able to create a network of support from the people we have around us. We're able to create this network of people that will come through for us. Lastly, I think we should learn to communicate how we want to be helped. You're going to someone for help. Let them know how you want them to come through for you, because we're humans. We don't know it all. You don't expect them to know it all. And speaking about communication, on the next episode, February is the month of love, and we're going into the month of love. Guys, are you ready? Although in Brazil it's not the month of love, like it's the month of party. We're partying in February. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Brazilian carnival, it's fast approaching and we're all getting ready to party. I don't even know if I'll be participating though. So yeah, but like for most of us, I assume February is the month of love. So yeah, first episode in February. We'll be talking about communication and how it helps us to build healthy relationships with our partners or with our friends. Yes, I think that'll be all for this episode. I hope you learned something from this episode, and moving forward, I hope we're able to ask for help and we're able to meet the right people. And that'll be all for this episode. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you like the content of this video. Kindly drop your comments in the comment section. I'll be actively waiting for you and waiting to respond. Thank you. Bye. I learned another French word. So what's the French word? I'm tired of saying only bye. I think it's see you soon. A bientôt. A bientôt. Now say, let me just speak Portuguese. Até logo. Ciao. Thanks for listening. Catch you on the next episode. Do not forget to live every moment and leave no room for regrets. Remember to follow this channel so you get notification whenever I drop a new episode. Thank you. Bye.